Hi guys, Mitchell here, Mitchell, Minnesota. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Monday, February 19th, 2019. Sorry, I thought I'd get it. Today is my 25-week post-op video from lap band conversion or revision to RNY gastric bypass. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then stay tuned. Okay guys, so welcome back. What a week it's been. It's been a busy week, I think. Yeah, it's crazy. So let's get started right into it. I think this video will be a little bit shorter than normal just because I don't have too much to report, but that's okay. I had my revision from lap band to gastric bypass RNY or RNY on August 7th, 2018 in St. Paul, Minnesota at St. Joseph's Hospital. My doctor was Dr. Jeffrey Fazen. My highest weight was 273 pounds. My day of surgery weight after a 2-week pre-op diet was 260 pounds. I came to last week at 219.8 pounds, so I had gotten out of the 220s finally, and my weight today is 217.2 pounds. So that was a loss of 2.6 pounds since I last spoke to you guys. And I cannot tell you how exciting that is for me. I looked at how I logged my weight, and I was stalled from pretty much end of November through last week as far as incremental losses. So that's good. I will take that happily. What is causing it? I don't know. I mean, well, I'll tell you a couple of things. So if you watched my last video, then that's good. I'm glad you did. Not my RNY husband tag, but thank you to those of you who did watch that. I appreciate that. That was very sweet. My husband was he liked reading all the comments. My doctor had said to pull off of protein. I was getting about 100, maybe a little bit over 100 a day easily because I was getting them through liquid means. And I've stopped that. I've actually not had a Premier Protein in about a week. So I do miss them, but it's so weird to not go to since July, we've been going to Sam's Club twice a month to get 2 or 3 cases of Premier Protein because my husband drinks them too because he likes them. So I've gotten it down to about 60 to 80, somewhere in between there. I'm not really keeping track of it in as specific as I was before, and I don't feel bad. I don't feel lethargic. I don't feel tired. I don't feel exhausted. So I feel like I'm getting it in through dense protein sources. And he said to go ahead and have some more carbs, try some more carby things. And today was actually because I can have a piece of bread. Like that's okay for me. Like lunch yesterday or the day before, I had a piece of bread with some, I can't even remember if it was sugar-free or not, but just a little bit of jam on it. And, it was really good. It was really good. I felt good after. Like I could eat the piece of bread, but that was good. That's all I needed. So that's kind of a fun treat, which before bypass, like when is a piece of bread with some sugar-free jam on it a treat? That is not a treat. A treat would be a whole bag of Hershey's Kisses, or for me, a king size Kit Kat bar, or the big cup Reese's, or a Snickers, or I mean all these yummy things. And don't get me wrong, they're delicious. That's the problem, right? Is that they were so tasty. But a piece of bread with a little bit of sugar-free jam on it was really good. I also tried a small street taco tortilla with instead of using the PB powder, I took some chunky peanut butter that I use for my husband's lunches, and I put that on the tortilla, and then a tablespoon of granulated Splenda brown sugar, and I sprinkled that on there because it just sounded good. This was this weekend, and I put it in the microwave for like 15 seconds. You guys, oh my god, I rolled it up. It was like warm peanut buttery and sweet, and I don't really do too many artificial sweeteners anymore, but it was so good. So yeah, little taco, street taco tortilla in the microwave with a little bit of maybe a tablespoon or 2 of chunky peanut butter, which I don't try to have that too often because that's definitely worse than PB, but it is what it is. And then some of the Splenda brown sugar, so good. What else do we have? Just normal meatballs in a sauce, or I gotta do another what I eat in a day video, because that's helped a lot. I love watching your guys's, and now that I am more than 6 months old, I am starting to get into a place of more normal eating. And I'll tell you though, it was super scary at the beginning to go to restaurants, because like, where's the compulsion? Like, I have a compulsion to eat lots of things, but the good thing is I can eat not too much. I mean, I'd say 3/4 cup of food, usually of a dense protein, a little bit more if it's not. If it's, you know, I mean, soup goes right through you because it's just liquid, right? So you want to, I always forget, not always, but I have started to forget sometimes to have that dense part first. For instance, we went to our favorite Indian place. It's called Indian Palace in Woodbury, Minnesota, if anybody's been there. And you don't really think of Woodbury, Minnesota as being a place where Indian cuisine can thrive, but super awesome, delicious, yum, super tasty. And before surgery, I hated spicy things. I always got 0 stars. And now I'm up to 3 stars when I go out for Indian or, you know, other types of foods that can be spicy. But I got just chicken curry, and I had a couple bites of rice with it. I did have a couple bites of rice, but it came in this little bowl. That's why I like this place, because it comes in these little bowls. So I'll have to take a picture. I was just so hungry, I forgot to take a picture. And you put it in the bowl, and the bowl is probably about a cup, right? So I had probably about half of it, a couple bites of the rice, and then after I had a chai tea about 20-30 minutes later, as my husband and I are chit-chatting and stuff. So I feel really comfortable with that as a dinner. And keeping in mind, before I would have the whole thing, all of the rice, all the naan bread, a pop, the chai tea, and then dessert. And I didn't. And that you have to have, and you don't have to do anything, but for me, you have to have that ability to listen. And I listen better when I'm out. I'm better at hearing my stomach when I am out, because we have these tiny little tummies now, right? Even if, for me, I don't really feel full anymore. Full is very abstract to me now. And per my nurses and bariatric nurses, you know, if you're feeling super full, that means you've overdone it already. And that's the hardest thing for me, is finding the difference between satisfied and full. And I've said it plenty of times before, and I'm going to say it plenty of times again. Full and satisfied are 2 different things. And I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but I just have to say it for my own sanity. So having small items, I don't ask for the children's menu quite yet. I used to do that with my lap band a lot. I'd say, you know, do you have a kids menu? And that was great. And I always got to get off the kids menu, and it was fine, but we all know how that went. So, where am I going with this? Sorry, I'm rambling. I thoroughly enjoyed our Indian restaurant. It was so good, but at home I have to be more careful. I made tacos for dinner tonight. My husband really wanted tacos, so I'll probably put about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup in a little bowl, and add a little bit of sour cream and some cheese on top. And cheese is my lifeblood, you guys. It is so good. And I wanted to share with you another snack. Hold on. All right, so I went to my fridge real quick, which is fine because it's right in there. I'm in the dining room. And so I always see Numi posting pictures, and she has tuna on romaine hearts, I think it is. So I went and I get now these romaine hearts I got this from Target. And I'll use them in all of our regular dishes. But then I also put as a snack, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this Boursin garlic and fine herbs. It's a cheese. It's a gournay cheese, whatever that is. And I'll put this here for a second so you can see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the nutritional facts. I'll just, what counts for me is the serving size is about 2 tablespoons, which, I mean, I could eat more than that, easy peasy, but still. 1 carb, less than 1 gram of sugar, 2 protein, and 12 grams of fat. So it is a little high on the fat side, but I think for kind of an evening snack, when my Dannon Light and Fits aren't cutting it, or my Jell-O pudding isn't cutting it, this is a really good one. And then you look at the ingredients, and it's just cultured white cream, garlic, salt, and pepper, and parsley. Easy peasy. That's a really easy snack to have. So I don't know if you guys have had that before. It's super yummy. Limiting snacking has been hard. It is the hardest part for me, limiting snacking. And I like the way my surgeon put it. He said, you know, we can nibble our way back into overeating. We can nibble our way back to being obese. And that is absolutely true. I've caught myself going in the kitchen getting water because I've kept up with my water. If there's one thing I've done, it's my vitamins and my water. And I'll have a little bite of shredded cheese, or I will take a nibble off of this or nibble off of that. And in reality, that's not a big deal. But to go and have, and this is my opinion, to go to the ultimate last step, which is weight loss surgery, for those who've tried pretty much every avenue and failed, like I have, I think that you have to make that determination of whether a nibble is just going to be a nibble, or a nibble is going to bring you back into poor habits. And I don't want to get back into poor habits. We've had a lot of snow here, and it's my go-to would be to have a bag of Smart Pop. And I've had Smart Pop here at the house. I do have popcorn as a snack, and that's okay for me on my plan. And I don't even know how to put it, because you have to be able to be, you can come in, go ahead. You want more food?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to be able to say, where was I going with this, that, you have to be able, I'll say this 4 times in a row, to say, is this nibble going to be a nibble, or is this nibble going to be more than that? And it's so easy to fall off that footpath and to keep going, because a bite of this could turn into an entire thing. And I was never one that was good with any type of control. And I would have a bite, and a bite turned into a piece, and a piece turned into a half, and by the end, it's all gone. So super not good that way. So I can see why he would say, you know, we can nibble ourselves back into obesity. What else am I talking about? Oh yes, I sent my husband and I up for a 5K. We did a 6K on Thanksgiving here in St. Paul. And this next one will be at the University of Minnesota in Minneapolis. I think I want to get up to a half by this time next year, because there's this wonderful series in Minnesota that, you know, they have half marathons, full marathons, kids marathons, all sorts of things. So I set my husband and I up for that, and I do it because it gives me a goal in order to get somewhere, right? It's not anything like Little Kansas Kitty does, which I implore you to watch her videos if you haven't. She's got some really great insight on running. And the hardest thing, and the thing that I'm starting to realize, is that it's easier to move your body when your body is smaller, obviously, right? It seems like such a silly thing to say, but at 273 pounds, did I want to run? No, of course not. It hurt my body. It physically hurt my shins. You get fatigued faster. You know, I'm 217.2, so it's easier. I'm still not done yet. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that I'm continuing to move forward, and we're gonna keep doing it, and we're gonna keep going there. And God bless my husband, because he just does it. He doesn't ask questions. But other than that, everything's going really good. I'm very thankful that I have started to lose again. That was a really rough month and a half of stalling, and it's frustrating. And you know it's gonna keep, but at the same time, you don't know if it's gonna keep going off. And you're like, well, this could be it. That's it. I'm done. And no, I'm lucky enough to keep going. Like I said, I find it frustrating that letting go a little bit and having a piece of bread with jam on it, or having some carbs, or doing this or doing that, is okay. And that's another hard thing that you have to reconcile, because when you are psyching yourself up for this surgery, you feel a certain way, and you feel like, cool, I'm gonna have all my ducks in a row. And then after, you have to be so concise and so practical. Here's your period stage, here's your soft food stage, you've got all of these incredible specificities that you have to go through, and then to introduce things back in is a really hard thing. So keep that in mind. But other than that, everything is really good, guys. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time.